Hey, no need to stress. Here's your teacher tip in 5 minutes or less. I'm Educator Barnes, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about student call home scripts. So, what the heck is that? One thing that causes teachers a lot of anxiety is calling home. It could be that you had a bad experience with a parent, or it could be that you're just nervous about what the outcome would be, what the parent might say, if you have a response for that, if this is something that you should call home for. Regardless of that, it is our duty to be in communication with parents. And yes, we have apps like Parent Square that make it easy to talk to parents. But if parents are not responsive to written communication, we got to pick up that phone and call. But you can start with the student, and you can do that by using a script. When I was in the classroom, about midway through my career, I heard about this idea of making a script, and I used it in two different ways. The first way I used the script was as a reflection tool. So the student would fill out this reflection tool, but it was written in a way that they could also use it to call home. So we would dial the number. So the student would fill out the reflection sheet. We would dial the number and they would read it. So I'll share with you what's on this sheet. Name what happened. Hi, blank. So they put their caregiver's name there. I'm calling to share what I did in class today. Today, I fill in the fence. Name the impact. My actions impacted my education and the classroom environment by, so they name how everyone else was impacted. I missed half of the math lesson because I was rolling around the floor. Other people were distracted. Name the change. Moving forward to avoid a situation from occurring again, I will, or I plan to. And then there's a transition to teacher. My teacher is here and would like to speak to you now. What this does is give students more accountability over their actions, have students start the process, and you're sticking to the facts. Then you as the teacher, you swoop in to state if there's any other consequences that are going to happen, or to ask the parents for any tips. So you're probably wondering, when do I do this? I was a middle school English teacher for a long time, so I would have students do this in the morning. So they would come to my homeroom class. If I saw them in the passing period, I may grab them, or I may grab them for lunch. I wouldn't keep them for the whole time. Let's do this phone call and let's get back down to the cafeteria. In the elementary setting, you might do this during recess. I am not an advocate for taking away recess, so make it quick. Get them back out there, because most of the kids who need recess are the same kids that never lose recess. So I do not advocate for taking the whole recess away to call home. But there are different times in the day that you can find really quick. Or if you have a teaching assistant or someone in the building that can just cover you real quick to make this phone call, do it. I have found this expedites phone calls because you get all the facts at the front end, you come in to kind of close it out. And then what also happened, because I started using this so much, parents knew about this. So parents were used to it. And so they knew what to expect. And I knew what I was going to do. So that lowered my anxiety. So use my script or make your own. But this is the teacher tip that I think will really help you and decrease your anxiety and maximize your time when it goes to communicating with parents when students are not making the best choices. And come back later for another teacher tip.